School's out and it's time to celebrate. One of my daughters came up to me and said, "Carbonize this." So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna roast these items at over 1,000 degrees. In addition to her coursework, we've got an old Excel book, real thick paperback, and then another book that's still in print that's a hardcover. So let's load them up and see how they turn out. First up is the hardback book. Next up is my daughter's coursework, trigonometry on top. Lastly is the Excel paperback. Put in the comments what your favorite subject in school was. Mine was math and science. Now I've got to seal the barrel. Put the ring on. Nice and tight. I've already loaded the wood in here and now it's time to fire it up. Quick lesson on how this works. We put the items in this sealed barrel right here. There's one small vent hole in the bottom that will send gases down into the firebox. Then once we get this fire going, it burns up the side of this barrel. Once this inner barrel hits over 1,000 degrees, volatile compounds in our items will off gas. They'll leave and they'll go out that barrel into the burn box to be burned off. What that leaves behind is almost pure carbon from the items that we're carbonizing, and that's why it's called carbonization. Time for the reveal. It's the next morning. Let's see how things turned out. Oh my goodness, come check this out. Look at how shiny the cover is. It's still got a little weight to it. Let's see if it carbonized completely through. This is that large Excel paperback. You can see here on the binding about how thick it was before we carbonized it, and now look how thick it is. This is the side where all the pages were. This is the top of the book, and there's the binding. And we're gonna see if we can open it up and look at the title page. Yeah, you can make it out. Excel 2003 Power Programming with VBA. Let's keep flipping through it. So we only made it to page 9, and it looks like the very middle did not get carbonized through, but the outer edges did. And there's a pretty cool chart. It looks like the paper you'd see in a movie from, the 1800s or earlier. Oh, here's the back side of it. Let me see if I can rip this book in half. Yeah, there's 500 pages. Let's try this one. Yeah, and all of this will then get used to make biochar. Now it looks like a pile of leaves. Next up is my daughter's coursework. Oh, look at that. That's her trigonometry homework. That turned out awesome. I think she did this in pencil. That's pretty cool. You can see the different layers of her coursework. There's the spiral bound notebooks, and we'll remove those pieces of metal. And then you can see the glossy cover from those spiral notebooks. I'm gonna go layer by layer through this, but I'm gonna set this top layer aside for my daughter. I know she wants to destroy this. Let's try to look at one of the covers. Oh, that's cool with the glossy shine to it. You can kind of see the barcode here still. It's hard to tell what color this used to be, but it looks like it might have been blue. Let's see if we can take the cover off and snap it. Oh, it's kind of brown on the other side. So that's that glossy coating that was on it. Let's just keep going through this. That's the back side of it. It's shiny, but it turned bronze. Oh, look at the blue on the recycle symbol. We're recycling by using this as biochar instead of just tossing it in the trash can. I'm gonna keep going through it. More trigonometry. This is a worksheet that was actually printed on a printer. It's different than the spiral bound notebooks. So this is two different types of paper. This was notebook paper that my daughter wrote on, and then this was actually printer paper. And you can see that the printer paper is a lot shinier and the text stands out really well and it's kind of dark, Where the notebook paper, it's actually the inverse. The paper is darker and the writing is lighter. And this carbonized completely through, unlike the paperback book. This paper was the one on the bottom, and it got a lot hotter with the fire being down there. And it looks like the paper just shrunk and created this kind of wrinkly texture. That's pretty cool looking. It's time to break it up, but first I'm going to pull the metal out. So we're tearing this metal out because we cannot use it in our biochar. So these will go in the trash can. Everything else is going to go into our biochar. This is the item I was looking forward to the most. It's the hardback book. What's cool about this is it kind of looks like a rusted piece of metal with a little bit of green paint on it. That's interesting. And then the binding in the book, you can really read the title. Just like the paperback, it expanded. When we started, this book was only about an inch thick. We love it when you guys give us suggestions, and this was actually a book from a friend. So keep your suggestions coming. We're gonna go ahead and open the book and see if we can read some of the pages. Yeah, you can read a little bit here, the copyright, the foreword. We'll keep flipping through it. And it carbonized completely. Being thinner than the paperback, I would expect that to happen. This book had a cloth texture, and actually here on the back you can see some of that texture still. But where it curled away from the pan and got really hot, it's gone. I'm going to pull the cloth layer off and see what's underneath. It's kind of a shiny color. Now let's look at the binding. Oh, the binding's right here. It fell off. So here's the binding of the book, and you can see the title of it. It's very fragile, but we're going to see if we can actually preserve it. Okay, we're going to take it and see if we can break it in half. Yep, breaks easily, and we'll add it to our biochar pile. Now it's loose leaf paper. All right, we'll load it up. So that's what happens when you carbonize books and paper. If you have any items that you want us to carbonize, put them in the comments below, and I hope you have a great summer.